This is Laura of Malcolm, aka Logan Osrime, back at you with another video. And in today's video, I want to talk about why men stop loving and trusting other people. In today's society, this is a very big deal because we see more men who are full of doubt, they're suffering, and no one is really there to hear their voice and even try to give them or take care of them and help them out with certain things. So, this is a big reason to why men stop loving and trusting other people because there's really nothing that's beneficial when you have emotions in you, such as love and trust for other people. If you're a man who's always had to go through adversity in his life, you've had people backstab you, try to fight you for no reason, you've had family members stop talking to you out of the blue, just people who have always put their necks out to just give you trouble and put negativity in your life, then perhaps it's time to stop loving and trusting other people. And those are the very things that will lead up to you becoming like that, because the more turmoil and pain that you're going through as a daily average guy, the more you're going to be affected by that. And we have the whole thing in society to where they love to say, oh, men are built by trauma and pain. Women can't endure any of it. When in reality, there's a bunch of men who are very unhappy and ready to just possibly end it all over a girl just ghosting them or just their family kicking them out the house. So a lot of men cannot handle being put under so much pressure. And the men that you see that are making it big and are successful, these men simply got lucky or they had connections already. So the whole thing in society about men being pain takers, being risk takers, this is something that is conditioned into men at an early age so we can get out here and be bamboozled, get fooled by people, and then at the end of the day we look like an idiot because we put love and trust into people who never loved and trusted us in the first place. And this is exactly how the type of men that we see in today's society who are called lazy people, men who are unconventional, they aren't traditional masculine men, they aren't loving, they don't care about anyone but themselves. This is how these type of men get created because men are constantly being threatened by the fact of, oh, if you don't do this, you're not a real man. If you don't put up with nonsense 24/7, then you're just a little girl. You're whining. You're just crying. Stop being whatever. And this is why you see a bunch of guys are not putting up with this anymore. Why would you keep entertaining a society that doesn't want to make your life easier? If anything, every human being deserves to have a easy stepping stone in life. We all should be living the type of life that we desire, or we should be living a life that's closer to that and working towards that. But see, the problem with doing hard work is it only rewards you with more hard work. And the people who have had it easy from the beginning, someone to where they didn't have to work as hard as you, they're going to stay at the top. They're going to stay oppressing you and they're going to have power and dominance over you. And that's what everything comes back down to at the end of the day. How much power and dominance you have over other human beings and whatever craft that you're embarking on in your life. This has to do with relationships, with your family, your work career, and friendships. So if you don't have power and dominance to where you can control these other people to where you have good looks, you have a talent that these people might want to have you around to enjoy you for or try to utilize themselves. You don't have a big social network. You don't have a bunch of money. You don't have everyone wanting to flock to you for some new music video song or whatever the heck you're doing. Then no one is really going to want to deal with you because everything always comes back to control, manipulation, power. That's what life is all about. Inflicting your will on another person so they can follow along on whatever influence you want them to do. And that is why we see so many advertisements in today's society in these ads. That's why they're replayed repeatedly so they can get in our mind. Repetition is always going to influence the mind. So you take into consideration the amount of ghosting, the amount of pain, the amount of humiliation that men go through over the years. What type of repetition do you think that does to a man? That's going to turn him into a heartless scumbag, possibly. Or he's going to appear that way. Because the very people who he was supposed to trust and get support from betrayed him and left him in his worst time. So when you see some of these men, very few who make it big and they start becoming more of a so-called horrible person and being selfish, this is part of the reason why. Because that man had people in his worst time and when he was developing leave him in his life. So when you produce a society that has men who are sad, they don't have any real guidance, they don't have a way to release their anger, their frustration, you know, all of the things that worry them, their anxieties, their fears. When they don't have anyone around that they can express that to, or an actual intimate relationship, especially for a lot of men, what do you think is going to be the result of that? You are helping produce more selfish, more egotistical, more heartless, and just very apathetic men whenever you push the notion of you need to be this top tier masculine guy with all of his money. You need to just not be emotional. You need to never cry. You need to be more of a man because that's masculine, like the men in World War II, the men who came before you. Adhering to these old standards of masculinity is only going to put more pain and more frustration into your life because once you get into that alpha mindset, you have to continue to live up to that for everyone around you, and you have to live up to it for yourself because that insecurity that you're fighting, that feminine energy of your emotions that's a part of you as a human being, not just as a man, that you are suppressing, is going to come back and is going to have a negative effect to where you possibly might inflict damage on someone else because you're not looking inside and utilizing your emotions and really putting these things into your life and expressing them. So the next time we hear people say men are just heartless, why are they not wanting to do anything in society? Why are they so lazy? Why don't they want to get out here and meet new people? This is the reason why. Because men have had an overload of trauma. Imagine when a computer gets infected with a virus and it's over infected. All the files are gone. Everything is just screwed up. That is the modern man's mind. If not, that's every man's mind. His mind has been infected with so many viruses of doubt, so many viruses of conditioning to be a masculine man and told that he's useless, and if he doesn't take this nonsense and bullcrap that his boss gives him every day, if he doesn't put up with the whole craziness of dating these modern chicks, if he doesn't put up with the crap that his family gives him, then he's not a real man if he complains about it. So his mind is over infected. So what do you think is going to happen? He's going to shut down. He's going to be over invaded with hatred. He's going to have a bunch of darkness in him. And it's going to take a lot of just a real conditioning of the mind to rewire it so the man doesn't go out here and start putting pain into other people's lives. So the saddest thing about this situation is a lot of people are not going to learn. We're going to continue to see videos of people making fun of lonely men, people trying to just put down other men who don't have much and say, oh, you're a loser because you don't have this car, you don't have this girl in your life, your family's not around you. Why do your friends think you're so lame? Why doesn't anyone want to talk to you? You think that's not going to create a man who's evil? And even when we take out the whole morality frame of good and evil, it just starts to show you that a lot of men, especially, are destined to become people who are very apathetic and heartless towards other people. Because a lot of these men have endured a lot of challenges with their self esteem. They already look in the mirror and say, I don't feel very good about myself. I don't have much going on in my life. I'm not a big baller. I'm not a person with a bunch of influence. And then you put him in front of a toxic family member and a toxic person out here who's trying to give him a hard time. 9 times out of 10, sooner or later, that man is going to explode. And this video is only a warning to those out here who are putting down other men and not trying to actually logically and rationally talk to men and open up that bridge of healthy communication with them for what to watch out for. And this problem is only going to get worse. So, men, save yourselves. Don't pay this world any attention. And if anyone tries to give you smack or talk about masculinity, not complaining about your issues, doing all you can, then honestly tell them they're useless and to get out your life. But you guys take care. Like and subscribe if you're new. Tell me what else you guys want me to elaborate on in the comment section, so I would highly appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next video. And like I always tell you guys, stay away from the modern woman. Thank you.